Hello friends, it's nice to come your way one more time. And for those that have been following my video for quite some time, you might have noticed that I've not really posted any video for quite some time. Why? Because I've been going through some dealings with the Lord, and I have kept myself from every public appearance. But recently the Lord laid in my heart to share this video, to share his message, to talk to as many people I can, particularly those he has reserved for this end time. And these end time ones that the Lord has reserved for this end time are those that will carry a dimension of God. And this dimension is like a wine, a new wine that only the new wineskin can carry. Now, if we have followed the scripture very well, we'll understand that Christ spoke about the new wine, the new wineskin and the old wineskin. It is not a function of age, it's a function of nature. The wineskins have the capacity to host, to carry wine. But there's one thing that distinguishes between the old and the new wineskin. The old wineskin is rigid and does not have the capacity to enlarge by the time the wine begins to ferment. Wine is what it is because it carries some traces of alcohol, or rather it produces gas. It produces gas. So the wineskin carries the wine, and because the wine will eventually over time ferment and produce gas. And if it is a new wineskin, it means it has a capacity to enlarge. It has allowances to enlarge, which is only possible for a new wine in a new wineskin. Now, putting a new wine inside an old wineskin, an old wineskin cannot enlarge because it is rigid. It will burst. So it will waste what? It will waste the wine and waste the old wineskin. So just as it happened in Canaan, according to the book of John chapter 2, where Jesus was invited with his disciples and his mom was there, and the mom placed a demand on him to do something over the fact that there was no wine, or the wine has finished in the wedding. And he told her, "Woman, my hour has not come," because Christ knew that is a timing for this kind of wine. He understood the prophetic destiny of the end time, that this best wine is only reserved for the end time. Probably he understood that his blood will be given out as wine. He will be giving out his blood as wine, and that will be the communion. Well, he understood that this dimension of what I was asking was not placing demand on that communion, sacred act of communion, which he will be doing with his disciples. But what happened in that particular wedding was so prophetic that the best wine is reserved at the end of the wedding, that the chief chairman of the occasion asked the bridegroom, "Why did you reserve the best wine till the end of time after people have been drunk and have been satisfied and have left? And brought the best wine now, probably most people have left." The same thing is happening now. People have become familiar with the patterns of the church, the vocabulary of the church, the spirituality of the church. And it looks like the church is only holding the form of religion but denying the power thereof. And they can no longer enjoy with the church, and they are falling off with the church. And they are making mockery of the church and the dimensions of God. There is a dimension and a wine that humanity needs to drink that they have not drunk. And God has reserved that wine for this end time. And only those that are new wineskin can carry this capacity and these dimensions of God. The new wineskin has the capacity to host this dimension of God. Those that carry love within them, because the wine is not meant for the wineskin, but it is meant for people to drink from. Therefore, as one who God has processed and has reserved and has taken through the process of fire and purification, that you should host a dimension of him, that people and the church and the world and humanity may drink a dimension they have not drunk from. According to that wedding, the chairman said, "This wine, he has never tasted anything like that before. I believe in his entire experience about alcohol, he has never tasted this unique wine. So much more that he did not know where the wine came from. Neither did the groom know where the wine came from, but those that brought the wine knew where it came from." The carriers of these dimensions of God know where they carry it. They understand where the encounter came from. They understand the source of this power. I went through some stuff that you cannot explain. and it looks like God is far away from you, yet He still talks to you. You still understand scriptures, He still visits you, yet the thorns, the distraction, the trials, the persecutions, the roughness of your seasons is what you cannot explain. You have prayed, you have fasted, you have sown seed, you have asked for mercy, you have done all you think you should do, and yet it looks like it's not working, and it looks like God is not coming through for you. No, God is just preparing you. As long as you do not compromise, you do not give up on Him, He's preparing you as a wineskin for the end time, because He will pour in a kind of wine that no one has ever tasted before. You think you have seen miracle? You think you have seen the dimensions of God? When Christ was talking about the old wineskin and the new wineskin, and spoke about the old wineskin cannot carry the new wineskin, after narrating and giving that parable, immediately He took a walk because He was called to go and heal someone. It was on that journey, the woman with the issue of blood, that have wasted her resources for 12 years and have lost everything in the hands of physicians, touched the hem of His garment and she was healed. Nothing like that has ever happened. So much more, Christ said He felt virtue coming out of Him. That was an example of what will be happening in this end time. The carriers of this wine will be carrying virtues of God. The dimensions of miracles and the dimensions of the wonders of God is so that it's just similar to what happened to that woman. It was breaking protocol. Nothing like that has ever happened in the history of mankind in Israel. Who and what led that woman to do what she did? What she did was just to touch the hem of His garment, and virtue came and she was healed of her illness and of her disease. According to the tradition, she had no business coming to the public, much more touching Him. The consequences was death, because she was in a moment of purification. But she took the risk, and something came out of Him. Such a pure being without sin. And that was why she could not answer immediately. We say, who touched me? And He felt virtue came out of Him. Many people were touching Him, struggling to touch Him. But there was a touch that was different. The woman unlocked the thing that He carried. She drank from the wine. He was an example of the new wineskin. He came that He may produce more new wineskin that will carry what He carries. He said, greater things than this shall you do, because I go unto the Father. He came here to produce more wineskin that the Father may pour inside of us. That's why He told His disciples, it is for your own good that I go. Because when you go, there will be an outpouring of the wine. Why? Because He has prepared the wineskin. After the preparation of the wineskin, the next thing is to pour in the wine. And therefore He has gone back to the Father that the new wine will come into the wineskin. The new wineskin. The new wineskin is not a function of age, it's a function of nature. This nature is about those that have submitted to His grace, to His teachings, to the doings, and to the demands of the Spirit. That have not compromised irrespective of unanswered prayers, as it may look, because of struggles, trials, humiliation, reproach, persecution. They stood their ground. They feel within themselves the presence of God, yet they are going through crisis and fire. Because if you go and study the process and the analogy through which wineskins are being made, the reason the inner membrane of the wineskin goes through a process, the substance that is used to make the wineskin waterproof so that the wine inside will not leak, goes through a lot of fire and temperature to produce that. And it is for this reason that they sealed the wineskin. Are you going through something that looks like nobody is even recognizing your efforts? God has sealed you and has hidden His mysteries and His secrets inside you, which only Him will unlock at the right time. And it takes faith for people to draw from you that which you carry. That which you carry. We are entering the season that just believing God is not enough. You have to be convinced that God is. And God Himself will be unlocking this wineskin and pouring out this wine to those that thirst for it. To those that want to drink this wine. Not everybody will drink of this wine, just like in that wedding. Not everybody that came for that wedding drank of this wine. Only for few that remained. So it's a dimension of wine that is not for everybody. It's for those that persevere, those that wait to the end. You will drink a kind of wine that will say, we have never seen this. We have never heard of this. It has never been written anywhere. The dimensions of God, the power of God. How much of God are you ready to unlock? How much of God are you ready to carry? How much of God are you ready to carry? How much of God are you ready to carry? It's a function of how much you can endure. The capacity building is not a process for children. It's not a process for compromisers. It's not a place for those that are not convinced. Many are called, but few are chosen. We are all potential wineskin, but only few can go through the process of becoming new wineskin. Meat for the bastard's use. Will you be that new wineskin? I pray that the grace that keeps you come upon you, the power of God that establishes His counsel over your life and your destiny, may you not be aborted before your time. I bless God who has given this message for this time to encourage you to understand that He is with you, that He is preparing you, and the season we are here. The season is here where God will be unlocking, will be unsealing the wineskin. Will be unsealing the wineskin, because most of the carriers of this wine are here. He has already poured out this wine. The wine is only fermenting and producing gas. All you are going to is just increasing your capacity. Because when the wine is inside the wineskin, the wine will ferment and produce gas, and that's how the new wineskin keep on enlarging. The new wineskin keeps on enlarging because of what it carries inside. The crisis and the trials you are going through is just enlarging your capacity. So much more is happening, and when it gets to the point, there is a timing to which the wine will be released. And that time, we are just by that time. And God is releasing that wine that men will drink. And the church will say, what is this? She knew God was about to release a dimension of His grace and power, but they had no idea this is it, because we've never tested it. It's different from what we have known. I encourage you, my brother, my sister, that if you are that wineskin God is preparing for this time, do not give up. Do not give up. Do not compromise. Do not be discouraged. Your revelation and your manifestation is just by the corner. May the Lord help you. Stand strong. May the Lord release His grace upon your life to keep you to the end. The season of manifestation is here. Thank you and thank you. Please share this video with as many people you can share, and talk to people about this, and encourage as many people as you can encourage, and keep on praying, keep on fasting, keep on giving, because those that are qualified to manifest these dimensions of God are those that have not given up in the place of prayer, the place of fasting, and the place of love. And the chiefest of them all is love. How much of love, of God's love, do you carry? Because the wine you are carrying is not for you, it's not for your house, it's not for your family, it's for the church, it's for the nations, that they may drink from it. And if you don't have love inside of them, inside of you, then you don't have the capacity to carry this wine. Because it will take love to unleash this wine, to release this wine, to bless the lives of people, to bring deliverance to the captive, to bring healing to the nations. It will take genuine love to unleash, to release this wine. Though you might be carrying this wine, but without love, that wine can never be released. It will become an old wineskin, and it will burst. Old wine, new wineskin can become old wineskin. Yes. The only thing that keeps you a new wineskin is the willingness to serve the master. And the reason why God will be putting this wine inside of you is that men might drink of Him through you. That God can pour Himself through a man, that other men might drink of Him through a man. And you are that wineskin through which men can drink of God.